What if I told you that infidelity has nothing to do with how attractive your partner is, how good your sex life is, or even how much you love each other? When I first read the research, I was shocked. For a long time, I thought affairs only happened when something was missing. But recent psychological studies reveal that cheating follows three predictable psychological patterns that caught even experts off guard. And once I understood them, it changed how I think about trust and intimacy forever. If you've ever wondered why good people in happy relationships sometimes make devastating choices, or if you want to protect your own relationship from hidden cracks, then listen closely. The first psychological trigger isn't boredom or lack of attraction. It's something much more subtle. The first trigger is what psychologists call emotional neglect. Not the dramatic fights, not shouting or slamming doors, but the quiet erosion of attention. Dr. John Gottman's research shows that most affairs don't begin with a spark of lust. They begin when one partner consistently feels invisible. I've felt this myself before. When I asked, "How was your day?" and only got a distracted fine while my partner scrolled her phone. When I shared something I was proud of, and it was met with a half-hearted, "That's nice." When I reached out for affection, and the response was, "I'm tired." None of those moments feel like betrayal. But over time, they add up. They create what researchers call an emotional vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. The scary part is the one doing the neglecting often has no idea it's happening. They think everything's fine because there's no fighting. Meanwhile, the other person is starving for connection. And when someone else shows up, someone who listens intently, asks follow-up questions, makes them feel seen. It can be intoxicating. The antidote isn't grand gestures. It's micro moments of genuine presence, putting down your phone, making eye contact, showing curiosity about your partner's world. Those tiny acts of attention become insurance for your love. The second trigger is even more surprising. It's not about wanting to leave your partner. It's about wanting to escape from yourself. Psychologists call this the fantasy of escape. And I've seen it happen when people feel stuck in a version of themselves they no longer like, boring, predictable, drained. Life transitions amplify this midlife after having kids, career shifts, or caring for aging parents. Affairs then offer the illusion of becoming someone new again, exciting, spontaneous, desired. But here's the truth. It's not about the other person. It's about rediscovering a lost version of yourself. That's why the real solution isn't to fear temptation, but to create a relationship where both of you can keep evolving. Encourage each other's growth. Support their dreams. Try new things together. Make your relationship a place of becoming, not stagnation. Because when growth is possible inside the relationship, there's no need to look for it outside. The third psychological trigger is what researchers call the intimacy paradox. It sounds strange but makes perfect sense. The deeper our commitment becomes, the safer and more predictable things get. And that safety is beautiful, but it can also dull the edges of curiosity. We stop asking surprising questions. We stop taking little risks with each other. We assume we know what our partner is thinking before they speak. Over time, that predictability can create a kind of emotional flatness. Meanwhile, a new connection outside the relationship feels thrilling, not because it's better, but because it's unknown. It's the difference between rereading the same book for the 10th time and opening a novel you've never seen before. But here's the empowering part. You can create novelty inside your own relationship. Ask questions you've never asked. Share secret dreams you've never spoken. Take trips. Learn new skills, create adventures together. Most importantly, give each other space to grow, then stay curious about who your partner is becoming. Long-term love doesn't have to mean predictable love. It can mean a lifetime of rediscovery. So what does all of this mean? Understanding these triggers isn't about becoming paranoid or policing your partner. It's about building a relationship so emotionally rich, so alive, that it naturally meets both of your deepest needs. Emotional presence protects against neglect. Personal growth prevents the fantasy of escape. Curiosity and novelty dissolve the intimacy paradox. And yet I know the painful truth. Sometimes you can do everything right and still be betrayed. If that happened to you, I need you to hear me. There's nothing wrong with you. You are not unlovable. You will find someone who cherishes you exactly the way you deserve. The strongest relationships aren't the ones without temptation. They're the ones that make every other option pale in comparison. So, I'll leave you with this. Which of these three triggers do you notice most in the relationships around you? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this perspective opens something new for you, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me here at Hi Day Psych because together we'll keep learning the psychology of love, healing, and growth.